with precision. If you see Terrence hitting him with the hooks to the body, either southpaw or right-handed, with precision to the body after 4 rounds, you get a sense maybe he can do it. But
do you think?
But Sean fought Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
As close as you could fight him.
Yeah.
And then Errol Spence was one of the best welterweight fights in at least 10 years. That was an all-time great fight, and the knockdown was the difference, razor thin. So I'm just surprised that it's a 7-1 type fight. It's not a 7-1 type.
Hey Max.
Do you think Sean should come out very aggressive against?
No, Sean. I think Sean has slept on boxing skills because he doesn't punch straight. But
yeah.
Sean knows. Sean has a very good intuitive sense of, like, it's instinctual when to engage whenever the other guy doesn't want to. Then you see Sean roughing him up, and now the other guy thinks, okay, we're going to brawl. Now Sean's on the outside.
Yeah.
Which means that he is the fighter with the initiative. He's the one dictating how it's going to go. He does, and Terrence can take advantage.
Exactly.
Hey Max.
Does that put him above Spence in welterweight, or is he already?
No, he hasn't proven as much at welterweight, but I suspect he's the best welterweight in the world. That's the whole thing. It's just you suspect that you don't have the evidence yet. If he has a better time with Sean than Spence or Thurman for that matter, then that's a good piece of evidence. And then it becomes, okay, who wants to make the fight and who doesn't? And if Spence or Thurman or whoever never really wants to make the fight, then they won't fight him. And then we'll look at what he did against Porter. If he wins, and if he wins more impressively than them, that's still a big if. Sean is being a little disrespected here in terms of people just assuming he's going to lose it by a wide margin. He really doesn't do that. But if that's what happens, then people will draw their conclusions that the PBC guys were using the street as an excuse.
Hey Max.
Hold on. He didn't ask yet. Go ahead. What?
Hey, they got rumors here that Errol's going to be ringside for tomorrow's fight. Is there any kind of indication that this fight is if Terrence is successful, that'll be the next one that Errol's coming to look to see firsthand?
If Errol's there, you would hope so. What's the #1 fight you can make in combat sports? Combat sports is Crawford and Spence. And think about this one. Mm-hmm. How many times in the history of boxing, has there been 2 guys in or around their primes, in or around their best weight division, who were both boxer punchers, meaning we've seen them win big fights on boxing ability because Errol Spence outboxed Mikey. Oh, Mikey was moving up. Everyone shut up. Mikey's very, very good.
Right.
And Errol Spence beat him behind the southpaw jab and his defense. Mm-hmm. We know he's a boxer puncher, right? They're both complete fighters. Spence, high volume of punches, real punching power, hand speed, boxing skills, can play defense, has shown heart, chin, stamina, like what a body, head, what do you want? And Crawford, plus he's a switch hitter and all that. How many times have guys with those styles, in their primes, in their best divisions, both been undefeated, both been top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world? Let me put it another way. The winner of that fight would be the best everyone would say that's the best pound-for-pound fighter.
Agreed.
How many times has that happened in the history of boxing?
Hardly never.
Trinidad was not a boxer puncher. Trinidad was a destroyer. Ike Corte was not a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, top 10. Mosley De La Hoya wasn't undefeated. The closest is Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. But Sugar Ray had lost to Roberto Duran. Right? So like I'm just pointing out, I'm not saying it's the best fight ever. I'm saying it is a very rare, maybe even a unique circumstance. And if Crawford beats Porter again, let's not rush there because Porter's here for a reason.
Right.
If he does, that's the best fight you can make in combat sports. And if it doesn't happen, fans are going to want to know why.
Can Boots maybe beat them all one day? Maybe supersede all of them?
We got to see Boots on the next level, but Boots is very promising. He has deep skill, and the question is, does he have the level of fast twitching to now take it to the next level? Because usually guys who are skilled as Boots, what separates them do they turn out to be really good world-class fighters or great world-class fighters depends on if they have that next level speed, right? So against a lower level of fighter, Boots can look quick, and he is quick, but now we need to see him against that next level. He's obviously very skilled.
Max.
You got it.
Bud is like he earns a welterweight. Only ever lost one fight to Sugar Ray Leonard, and it was Sugar Ray Leonard's best night, and he had to come back in the fight to do it. And by the way, needed 12 rounds, wouldn't have gotten it done. So like Hearns at welterweight is no one's unbeatable, but it takes like one of the best fighters ever in his prime on his best night in a come from behind win. That's Hearns' only loss at welter. Like maybe Bud could do it, but Tommy Hearns was different at welterweight.
Well, Max, Port already said this is Hearns Hagler moment.
What's that?
Port already said this fight is his Hearns Hagler moment.
Keep your fingers crossed.